Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company. Welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. I am out here on Lake Erie, folks, and today what we're gonna do some deep water jigging with the Stingnose minnow. I've got the 1 3/4 ounce on, and the reason why I've gone a little bit heavier is because I'm gonna do a cast and retrieve method. I'm gonna cast it out there. I'm fishing 40 to 45 feet of water, so I've gone with a little bit of a bigger Stingnose, because I want it to get down there quicker and I want to be able to work that bottom really nicely. What I like to do today, folks, is I like to hook into some walleye if I could. That's what I want to jig for. These Stingnose are great for walleye, but they're also great for bass. So I might get into some bass too out here in this real deep water. We'll see. But my target is walleye, and this is the technique. Letting it hit bottom, jigging it up, let it hit bottom. Nice aggressive jig up. I like to get it up nice and high and then let it fall down. And then what'll happen is the walleye will hit it. They'll hit it on the way down. And I just work it back towards the boat. And what I'm running, I've got braided line on today with, of course, a fluorocarbon leader. So I'm running 20-pound braid. Not that I need 20, but I like 20. It's still heavy and it's still thin, so it's not a problem. And then I've got, oh, there's a fish. There's a fish right there, folks. Oh, this feels like a good fish. Then I've got a fluorocarbon leader on of about 10 pounds. And I like to use fluorocarbon or mono, one or the other. But fluorocarbon is my preferred, definitely my preferred, because it's got the less visibility factor. It's more abrasion resistant. It's just a nicer line as opposed to the mono. But if you don't have fluorocarbon, mono will do. Just do not run straight braid to your lure. I got a good fish on here, folks. The thing with this Stingnose jigging spoon, what I really love about it, it looks like an injured bait fish. Very realistic looking jigging spoon, but the hook, folks, is right at the head. And that's where the fish attack. They attack the head. And when they attack the head, you set the hook. This feels like a good fish. I'm hoping it's a real nice walleye, folks, a real nice walleye. And that's the other thing with a lot of lino, with the braided line, when you go to set the hook, you got that direct hook set. Oh yeah, it's a nice walleye. I see that white tip I love that, seeing that white tip, folks, in the water. It's a beauty. It is a beauty. There's a good start right there, folks. There is a good start right there to my day. Wow, beautiful fish. All right, you know what? I think I'll use the needle nose to get this guy out. Okay, there we go. Hey, how's that for a start to our day right there, folks? Nice, chunky, perfect eating size Lake Erie walleye right there, right on the jig. Right on the jig. Okay. He's not very happy, but I am. That's what I call a great start to the day. So, that's the technique, folks. That's what I'm gonna do today. Cast it out, let it get to the bottom. You've seen my aggressive jigging on the way back, and see if I can hook into some more of those walleye. I'm still in about 40 feet right now, so that's really good. And the other thing, when I get the jigging spoon back to the boat, what I'll do at that point is I'll just jig it vertically for a few jigs, because sometimes they'll follow and then they'll hit it right at the boat. So that's a good technique to do too. Oh, that might have been another hit. As it was fluttering down, I felt the tap, so we shall see. There was a nice solid hit, folks. Nice solid hit. Just as that Stingnose was fluttering down, he hit it good and hard, and had a fair amount of line out there too. I have no idea what it is, but I'm hoping it's a nice walleye, folks. I'm hoping it's a nice walleye. Oh yeah, nice fish. He's got a little bit of weight to him. And let's see what we got here, folks. He's starting to come up. I can just see a little bit in the water there. I think it's a nice walleye. That's what I think, folks. In fact, that's exactly what it is. There we go. That's a nice Stingnose jigging spoon walleye right there. Oh, look at that, it just came off too. That's nice. Thank you very much. That makes it easy for me. Hey, isn't that a nice chunk right there, folks? Beautiful chunky walleye right there on the jig. Very, very nice. Okay, he's gonna go in the box. He came out of 41 feet of water. That's a real nice walleye. And this is what I like about the rubber nets. Very, very easy to untangle. Oh boy, folks, this one hit just as I got it back to the boat. That's when he hit. And a good solid hit it was too. Feels like another nice walleye, folks. Beautiful. Now I get asked a lot too, can I run these in, can I run the Stingnose ice fishing? Of course you can, they're a great ice fishing lure. The only thing is, when I'm ice fishing, I probably wouldn't use the 1 3/4 ounce. I would go a little lighter. I would go with the 3/4 ounce or even a 1/2 ounce when I'm ice fishing. I like to scale down when I'm ice fishing, but they're a great ice fishing lure. And of course, open water as well. I went with the silver. They come in silver or gold. I went with the silver because it's so bright and sunny today, and that silver really picks up the sun. But I could have went with the gold because there's so many gobies here on Lake Erie that these walleye are feeding on the gobies. So I guess I couldn't have gone wrong with color today, silver or gold. But this one feels like a decent fish, folks. Does not want to come in. He's under the boat. Okay. See if we can get a, oh, what do we got? Did just got a little glimpse. Oh, it's a bass. It's a nice smallmouth. It's a beautiful smallmouth. Real nice smallie. Oh, how do you like that? There we go. Oh yeah. That's a decent smallmouth, folks. Out of 41 feet of water. Hey, really nice. Okay. Oh, that's a nice chunky smallmouth. Look at the coloration on that fish. Hey, isn't that nice? That's a beauty. Oh yeah, just a nice solid chunky fish. Okay, get him right back in again. Now, when I come back to the boat, I'm just going to drop this down real quickly, because when you're jigging this method and you're coming and you get to the line right back to the boat, especially when you're fishing for walleye, I jig it straight up and down, but then when I'm ready to bring it in, I don't just crank it in. I jig it in. I lift it up, and that way, in case there's anything suspended, as opposed to just bringing it in, you got a chance of catching those suspended fish too. So that little trick works quite a bit as well. But right now, see if I can get in another fish. Oh boy, right at the boat. I tell you what, folks, this Stingnose is on fire, just on fire. These fish are all over this bait. They are hitting it hard, very aggressive hits. Oh boy. This is how I like to spend summer, just like this, folks. Just like this. And you know what? It's just me and my Stingnose. No live bait. And you could use this technique on any lake, even on the smaller inland lakes. Just use a smaller Stingnose. Just use the 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce. Throw it down there, jig it down, and then bounce it back. It looks like a dying minnow, a dying injured bait fish, and an easy meal for Mr. Wally. There we go. There's another nice walleye right there, folks. He thought he had himself a nice easy meal, but in fact, I think I'm gonna have myself a nice easy meal. Just in the bottom of the lip. Beautiful fish. He's got some company right in the box. He's going right in the box, folks. Right in the box. Right on the fall, folks. Right on the fall. Nice hit. Right on the fall. I felt everything. Just felt everything. When he bit, it was solid. Okay. Feels like a decent fish, this, whatever it is. If it's a walleye, it's a good one. Or as we saw, it could be a bass, but a bass, normally they like to thrash and jump. This one's fighting like a walleye, so we'll see. And in fact, folks, you know what it is? It's a nice walleye. Oh, wow. He decided to take a run. It is a beautiful, beautiful walleye. Nice little fighter this one was. I couldn't believe it. Oh, just shook himself off. Hey? Wow, he's still full of energy. Whoa, 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 whoa. I brought him in pretty quick, but what a fight this guy gave me. He gave me a good little tug, this one. And a nice solid hit. Did I love that? I loved it very much. Okay. Oh, live well's looking pretty good. Alrighty. I need to get back out there. Where there's one, there's more. So another one that hit about halfway in, folks. Nice solid hit with this braided line. You could feel absolutely everything, which is a good advantage too. So the technique, folks, we're just drifting. Now, of course, if we were trolling out here, I'd be using a Viper spoon and we'd be covering a lot more water on the troll. However, with this technique, we're still covering a fair amount of water because we're drifting and we're covering different water that way. And because I'm casting and I'm also covering more water this way. So it's a good alternative to trolling, and you know how much I love jigging. Trolling is fun, but there's something about jigging when you feel that hit and you set the hook. Okay, this feels like another decent fish here, folks. It feels like he's got some weight to him, and I think the net is at the front of the boat. And I'm gonna have to grab the net. The reason the net was at the front of the boat was because our cameraman just caught a huge sheephead. But I'm not catching sheephead, folks. I'm catching walleye. And nice walleye too. Oh, when you start jigging up walleye like this, folks, on the jig, you're jigging walleye this size, that is just phenomenal. Look at that. Isn't that a nice walleye, folks? Oh yes, real nice fish. This one's gonna, I think, a nice photo for our Facebook and Instagram friends. It's definitely worth it. You know what, folks, we've got a phenomenal day upon us. I'm loving this summer breeze, keeping me cool. It's got a nice little walleye chop here on the water. Amazing. The fishing is great, the weather is great. Take advantage, folks. Enjoy this great weather. Enjoy the great fishing we have wherever you are. And I hope you get out and get yourself some good days on the water. I'm having a phenomenal day. Actually, I'll leave that in for the photo. I want to thank you ever so much for tuning in to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing. What a beauty.